and welcome. This is going to be my first video of many on how to get way more research and Silver Lion than War Thunder. This channel is going to be primarily based on War Thunder to begin with, but perhaps I'll move on to some other games that I'm expert in as well as time goes on. These 5 tips I'm going to give you are not something that is particularly talked about among other content creators. One, because a lot of the opinions of content creators are generally skewed by the bonuses that you get from being in the content creator program. War Thunder gives out free Silver Lions and test drives willy-nilly, so it gets hard to understand the average player's point of view. As you can see here, I don't even have a premium account. I've sometimes have a premium account, but not always. And I wanted to show, I guess, my perspective on how I can make good research and Silver Lions despite not having premium account all the time, despite not having every premium vehicle in the game, and how to get premium vehicles even if you don't want to spend a single cent. This video is going to be massively helpful for whether you have not a single cent to spend on this game, or you have already spent $200, $300 on it and you don't really want to spend any more, or really anyone. Now, this first tip is going to be massively confusing, but the first tip is the gamble. What? Yes, gamble away all your money. Why? Well, everything that you get out of the crates can provide you heaps and heaps of Silver Lions, not just right now, but further down the line. Now, to say that you make a profit off the crates may seem disingenuous. After all, if you keep playing them, you'll eventually lose all your money, right? But that's not entirely true, because as you play them, not only do you get modifiers that allow you to get more research and more Silver Lions in your games, which is helpful, it also provides you with wages and orders. Orders and wages are massive, and this is where I come to my second tip, right? And it relies on the first. You got to do the first tip first. The second tip is to use and to recycle items. Why do you need to use and recycle items? Because all of these items here have so many uses. Okay, let's start with the backups. Okay, I have not bought these backups. These backups, I think maybe 50 of them came from maybe the War shop, from the Battlepass, and the rest kind of just came from the crates, the loot crates. And the main way you get research and Silver Lions in this game is through kills. Okay. And in order to get, more research and Silver Lions, you need to get more kills per game. Now, it's not good enough to just play 10 games getting 1 kill in each, okay? It's better to play 1 game and get 10 kills in that 1 game. And it's entirely doable if you understand the way the game works, okay? It's entirely doable. If you understand the way the game works, where people go on the maps, which I will show in future videos, by the way. Map guides coming. And you have a full lineup. Yes, you need a full lineup. If you only have 4 or 5 vehicle slots, you're gonna need backups. You're going to need backups. And that's where the gambling comes in. Second of all, inside the items that you get, is you're going to be getting wages. This best squad wager, okay, and I know there's another one that gives you 500,000. I think they stopped giving those out, but many of you will probably still have some. They can give an extra 25 to 50k a game if done properly. And you can basically guarantee a best squad wager every single game if you have 1 extra mate with you. If you have 1 extra mate, you can guarantee it. I'll have tips on how to do that later on. Long story short, use aircraft and tank battles, but I'll go into it later. Now, we've got the orders. Orders are insanely powerful, okay? Yes, the Avenger and the Do the Best, they're good, okay? Avenger and Blind Hunt's good for Air RB, right? You can find the last dude. But these two, Anti-Mech and AA, are insanity. Under perfect circumstances, you can get up, my personal best is 2 million Silver Lions in 1 game, okay? But that was using the Jewish Spitfire for the premium one, and that was with a modifier. Under normal circumstances, using the anti-mech or AA order properly in a ground RB match can net you a minimum of 100,000 silver lions to go with nothing in your favor. You put a premium plane in there, like the Jewish Spitfire, you're already up to 300,000. Okay, you put a booster on, you're already up to almost 1 million. You have a really good game, you maybe get 12, 14 kills, all of a sudden, you've got 2 million netted. These orders are insanity. And you get multiple of them every time you hit the pokies. Every time you hit the gambling, sorry. In Australian, so those pokies, they give me flashbacks. Now, generally speaking, there's a lot of trash here. I don't like to be the best, and I don't like the dominations, but you might want to use them because they're all you get, and 15,000 is useful. But you're also kind of limited to how many games you can play a day, you know? And there's a lot of wages here which aren't the best, you know? You can do Wingman pretty easily, it's just getting assists and whatnot, but you know, and you can do Mission Maker, it's very hard to do, but it's one of the most lucrative. You can get 50k, an extra 50k again, sorry, not 50, that's the Destroy 10 units wages. You can get an extra 125k a game if you play it properly. But, I digress, there are plenty out here that are not the best to use. I'm not a massive fan of the maximum 250k because that's 10 games for not as many silver lions, okay? In that case, you can go ahead and recycle these. Recycling these are such an underused tool, but using it is insanity because upon recycling these, I will get half of what I recycled, right? And I can then roll the dice again to try and get more anti-mechs, more AA orders, more Destroy 10 units wages, more Destroy 5 unit wages. These 2 wages are massive and doable for normal players because 10 units in realistic battles, it's just 5 kills. And getting 5 kills in a full lineup of vehicles is not that hard to do, especially if you do it in the mid tiers. This is really great because you can still do these wages even if you're just rank 3, okay? And if you add on maybe a singular premium vehicle that you get from the Warbond shop, which is where my third tip comes in, the Battle Pass. Now, I know I said only, you know, you don't have to spend a single dime, but this is really important. I've got to tell you this. I've really got to tell you this, guys. If you get the Battle Pass once, okay, not this one sucks. It's probably the worst one that I've seen. If you get the Battle Pass, and you complete it all the way to, where is it? All the way to 125. You can keep the vehicles, the premium vehicles that you get, and you can get the next Battle Pass completely for free. And you can do that if you log in every day. You don't need to play every day, but I would suggest it, okay? If you log in every day, and maybe 75% of those days, you do both your daily tasks, right? And special tasks to do go with that. Your daily tasks and your special tasks and logging in bonus and the challenges, okay? If you do all of that, you'll get 125 easy, okay? And you'll get the next Battle Pass for free. And you'll get free premium vehicles with that every coming Battle Pass. And you'll get backups. And you'll get boosters. And you'll get the Warbond shop, which is absolutely huge. I have, like, I don't even know, like 100 premium vehicles, all because of the Battle Pass, all because of this. And it's crazy because, you know, my Chinese lineup, you know, I never had a ground strike aircraft until I got this P-47 last Battle Pass, right? And this P-51's just nowhere near as good as the P-47 is, the ground striking. And you can use these for the orders. So, it's really an easy way to get heaps of extra research, heaps of extra silver lions, and it's a one-time investment if you keep playing. And it's not really particularly expensive. Now, I've been talking a lot of hooty doodah, right? But these last 2 tips are gonna have to be shown rather than talked about. And that is, number 4, focus on killing and flanking. Number 5, don't worry about dying, right? Now, as I mentioned before, killing is the main way to make silver lions in this game. You know what? I'm actually going to pop a Destroy 10 units wager to show how easy it is, guys. Right, we got a good map. Generally speaking, every map in this game is absolutely trash. Spawn camping is a requirement to doing well. And just generally speaking, the maps are kind of made to be spawn camped. There are some pretty bad maps, worse than others, where you can just spawn camp like almost instantly. They have not done anything to change that. So in fact, some maps they have actually changed a lot of things for spawn camping, and upon playing those changes, like Normandy, for example, not this version of Normandy, it just was worse and was often one-sided. So a map where both sides can spawn camp, now only one side can spawn camp. It's pretty crazy. I do feel like there are better things to be done. Also, unfortunately, some maps for some tiers are just absolutely horrible. This is not too bad, but if you're playing an earlier tier, or you're playing slower vehicles, like playing a big map with slow vehicles, or like a map like Vietnam where it's just fucking water everywhere and you just struggle to go very fast, it sucks. Generally speaking, killing and flanking is the best way to make silver lions, mostly just because even if you're dying, tip, don't worry about dying. Even if you're dying, if you're getting a kill every time you die, you're making a profit almost every circumstance. Especially if you're getting, like 5 kills a game, you're going to be getting those wages, which is an extra 50k, even if you don't have any premium count. And it's fucking huge. Let me see if I can see this dude. Probably not. Okay, we got one here. You may be like Leo, like how is this flanking? You're in the middle of the open. But generally speaking, just keep in mind where people are, where people go. Oh, that's unfortunate. I would have actually gotten that kill just then if he didn't get killed. But yeah, where I am right now, I know there's trees in front of me. Hard cover is preferable because cheaters exist. And cheaters can't shoot through hard cover most of the time. I know there is a Sherman there. I think it's a super jumbo. Fortunately, the jumbo has a pretty terrible gun. There is someone in B though, so I'm gonna make that gamble. Oh yeah, jumbo just died. It wasn't even like the short barrel jumbo. Unfortunate. He actually probably could have shot me inside. But yeah, there's a dude in B. So I'm gonna worry about that right now. Keep your ears open, although if you feel like listening to music, go ahead. It's a bit of a baller move to get a nuke playing, it's a pretty baller move to get a nuke while listening to music. Yeah, I will be making map guides for everyone, the best places to go, and where everyone else goes. I'll probably do it in shorts. Maybe I'll do some long form videos because some maps have a lot of nuance to them. But yeah, we will see. Whoever's on B is probably on the other side of B because I can't hear him, or he's got his engine turned off, which is particularly rare. Keep in mind that you want to try and keep as much cover between you and enemies as possible. One reason is for sight, but the other one's for sound, because if enough is blocking, blocking points of view, if enough stuff is blocking points of view, generally speaking, you also don't render in. And people who don't render in, they're invisible and they have no sound. So even if there was a dude on that other side of that building there, if he wasn't rendered in, I wouldn't hear him. Even if he was shooting. Now, if he was shooting his machine guns, he'll render in. But if you ever wondered like where the hell did I just get shot from, I didn't hear any sound. That's because the guy was literally invisible. I'm not even joking. The guy was literally invisible to you. So sometimes it's actually not your fault. That's unfortunate that I didn't kill him in one shot. Another tip for getting heaps more research is, if you don't have premium tanks, which generally give you the most research, use tanks that don't have all the modifications. because spading out the vehicle, upgrading the vehicle, gives you way more research. I'd say probably 30% to 40% extra research, and can really, like, I don't even know how to explain this to you, but like, as you are researching vehicles, and if you're focusing on researching modifications, each goal is closer. So it actually makes the game feel like you're progressing more. It helps, and it gives you a better time. Look. Look at that. Aim for ammo if you can. Ammo for the King Tigers and the back of the turret bustle. Especially aim for ammo if you have APCR or something. But it will still work even if you aren't using APCR, or APDS I should say. APCR, don't ever use APCR, please. Okay, now I really should worry about this Yag Panther that's coming up. Always, no, make sure, yeah, if you play higher battle ratings, you will find less people generally. Ah, shit, I thought he was going to keep going. I'm actually visiting the US right now, so I'm not used to having 50 ping. I'm used to having way more latency. I was expecting him to pick over the hill a little more, and usually speaking, when you're playing in Australian servers, you can't shoot the barrel for where it is. You need to shoot where the barrel's going to be. It is quite interesting though, seeing how much is different. I really need to make a video on it, but basically ATGMs are just completely unusable. If you live in Australia or South Africa, or really just New Zealand, any country that just doesn't have servers and is sufficiently far enough from any other server. Generally speaking as well, like vehicles that have lower penning guns and that rely on taking out barrels and tracks way harder. Aircraft that rely on getting that first shot off before they start losing the dogfight. Yeah, there's just a lot going on there. That was unfortunate. That was a double kill right there, and any seasoned veterans there watching me scuff that bomb is probably dying of cringe right now. I know I'm dying of cringe right now. It was a pretty easy bomb for all intents and purposes. I feel like they do change the bombs pretty frequently. Shame only got one there. Yep, playing kills count, so I've got 9 kills. Not only do I get all the research in the world that I want, I also have an extra 50k this game for the Destroy 10 units wager that I popped. I've got 2 plans coming in. Yeah, sure, we've lost. That's actually another thing. Winning is huge. Definitely focus on winning. But if you can't win, just try and get your kills, you know. And generally speaking, it's easy to get your kills when you're losing because your whole team's leaving. And the enemy team are basically just spawn camping, so you know exactly where they're going to be. Killing a nice high-tier aircraft is nice while playing an aircraft. If you're playing a low-tier aircraft and you bomb a tank that's high-tier, although it's pretty easy to do, it also doesn't give you like extra silver light. It doesn't give you like God mode or anything like that. Where like if you, so unfortunately I only got a hit there. But if you do it on a plane, you will get like best squad, not best squad, like rank matter. I don't even remember. Skill matters. There you go. Skill matters. Yeah, I'm definitely not used to not having to lead as much. I don't know if you've noticed that. Yeah, even against that like jet there, I was just trying to lead way too much. Yeah, IL-10's one of my more liked aircrafts. I like the Russian one with just 2 guns, the 223s. Generally speaking, they're higher velocity, more accurate, they spray less, and they have higher pen, I believe. The IL-10 can turn deceptively fast because it can go so slow. Unfortunately, I did just lose one of my flaps. So I have to rely on my turret gun. Oh, got kind of lucky there. Hit his rudder and he was unable to do anything. Half tempted to J out. Let's want to a tank to try and guarantee a win. Might try that actually. Tortoise just died, so I might be able to spawn something fast and go get the ACAP. Looks like he's actually... yeah, he's in the spawn. I don't have to worry about him. Might get the Orbital. Do quite like the Orbital, although its gun leaves much to be desired. Any heat warhead, I just do not like. APHEs or any kind of piercing around with a high explosive filler is very good. Heat is best used against open tops for the overpressure, and like I guess heavy tanks if you can like kind of whittle them away. But American heavy tanks, you know, trying to fight an American heavy tank with an Orbital like a T-34 is like a boss battle. If you can't ammo rack it, it's going to take a million shots to kill it, and it can just 50 KO you. So even if you take out the breach, you know, it's hard, man. It's really hard out here. Let's just hope these players don't go for me, because I am probably one of the easiest vehicles to dispatch of. Versailles Portito. What's he saying, guys? Translate. Oh! Yeah, Pager Spitfire, extremely good aircraft. Love it to death. In that case, I might go ahead and whip out the good old reliable R3 T20. Absolutely insane aircraft. So aircraft dispatcher. It's unfortunate. Was I a slightly better player, it'd be toast. Yes, everyone here, I don't know. Comment if you are a part of the old guard who remember when the R3 was 3.3 or 3.7. It didn't last 3.3 very long, and it was fully stabilized and had one belt. It was crazy overpowered back then, and honestly even now it's still really strong. That's one of the fastest vehicles at this tier. In fact, I believe it still is like the fastest. Damn, that was a really perfect shot on my part. Not my part. That was a very perfect shot. I could have killed him, but I just didn't shoot properly. It's fine. Oh, that's unfortunate. I only got a hit. Had a really good shot there. I actually was looking for the Spitfire just then. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I could not see him at all. He's a very good Spitfire player too, because he's making sure that he doesn't strafe me while I'm looking at him. Of course, because it's easiest to shoot him down when he's coming straight towards me. That's why it was so unfortunate that I only got a hit then when he was coming straight at me. A lot of people would say that the high explosive would be the better pick, or to have more high explosive belts. Generally speaking, 20mm high explosive is not the best, unless it's like a mine and shoss. And although it would be slightly better, AP isn't much worse, honestly. And at the end of the day, Shooting the superstructure of the plane is what kills it, not necessarily the wings. Shooting the wings with a HE won't always rip it off, and one AP shell to the fuselage usually will destroy the engine or kill a pilot or something crazy like that. So I would say having AP or full AP belts, being able to take out tanks and whatnot, the benefits outweigh the negatives of having slightly less damage if one were to shoot the wing. Had an alright game. I would say that the Pershing would have done a little bit better had I the engine upgrade to go a little faster, but that's alright. That's why you always want to be playing your stock vehicles to get more research and to get more just to get more out of it. You know what you can and can't kill. I knew once I saw that, I basically was like, yeah, that's an M109, and I lased it very well. Nope. Hope you guys love the little shark skin here. It's kind of insulting. If you want to know, if you go to options, customization in vehicles, and what do you call it, turn this off. I don't know why it was on. Turn this off, download additional content and hangouts, at least to add any. You will see some very funny skins on the opposing teams. It does occasionally turn itself off, by the way. So it turns itself back on, by the way, usually after like an update or something, or if you reinstall the game. Just keep an eye out for that. You and your mates can do some truly funny little decals and personalize your vehicles. Do be warned, some cringe body pillows are out there, and I do wonder how cringe it can get as well. Okay. They've been adding more and more of those body pillows as time goes on. Can't wait for 2030 and we've just straight up got VTubers. That's unfortunate. I don't know how I didn't kill him just then because I was shooting his turret. Go on. I mean, shell shattered. Get out of here. What's going on here? What's going on here? I'm pretty, 57 mils a pen. I can easily penetrate the side of the Panzer IV. I'm pretty sure it's like 30 mils. I actually have enough for a nuke. Definitely not the average. Definitely not the average game. Yep, there's someone behind me. I think I'm about to fall into the river of Lego City, guys. But the reload on the King Tiger 105 is quite long, so I made it. Wonderful. There's a G6 here. Oh, that's not a G6. Oh, he's still got spawn protection. That's unfortunate. I would have thought he would have moved and lost his spawn protection, but he did not. That's alright. Got a fair few kills, won the game, despite it looked like we were going to lose. But we brought it back. You know, if it was on the edge, those backups would have been huge. I'm curious on the result. Of this game. Generally speaking, as I said, planes give you less research, but if you get that 9th kill with a plane, you get double the research, an extra 100%, which is just huge. If you're, if you're playing a what do you call? If you're not using Premium ACC, it's huge. Now this is really funny. This even without Premium ACC, and without a singular, without Premium ACC, and without a singular premium vehicle, I've gotten myself 11,000 research, which is not bad. And you put that on top of the fact that I also have my modification research, which is about 30% of that, will be turned into, into a bonus little bit of research. bada bing, bada boom, I've made something like, what was that, 11 plus 3k, 14,000 research. And I've made 73,000 silver lions, plus an extra 50,000 silver lions, just from, literally just from the wager here, the short tennis wager, because every 10 games, you get 500,000. So that's 1,000 a game. Get an extra 2,000 from the M26. That's not bad. She did have the engine upgrade for the M26. That's not bad. I guess it is just a slow boy. And then I'm moving towards getting the modifications for the RFN. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Generally speaking, I will put in-depth tutorials on how to do all of the wages, all of the orders, and, well, how to make money, how to make research, the best vehicles to get, how to play the maps. Stick around if you want to see more. Catches.